all of those positions not only take place in a single life, but the same event takes place in all your lives. You move through the embryonic stage, into the fetal stage, into the natal stage, into the born stage. And in the earliest moments of your born stage, those lifetimes of you're born, you are so in shock. Postnatal trauma. That's why in our lifestyle, in that moment, we just, for 40 days, the relationship between the infant and the mother is the absolute most important relation. Everything else is kept at a distance, except for, those things which can be parallel to that relation. So we have embryos in this world, massive, 2/3 of the world. We have fetuses in the world, and their job is to kick the butt of the embryos, because they have to strengthen their ability and their sense of control, because they're about ready to dive through the birth canal after a few thousand lifetimes. And then we've got those that are in Yogi Bhajan. From the Bhavishya Purana, they say that those lives in the birth canal are the most distorted, the most distressed. But they're getting ready to be in postnatal trauma. And then out of that postnatal trauma comes the awakening, the awakening, the awakening. And in the earliest stages of your awakening, you're going to look back and you're going to go, what's wrong with all those people? Because it's by design. In that stage, you must go through the sensation of being superior in order to create the balance, because in your natal stage, you felt so inferior. And prior to that, you were in your fetus stage, which made you feel so superior. So it's this constant cycle of superior, inferior, superior. And like the pendulum, ultimately it comes to rest in what the Buddha called the middle path. In which you realize everything is equal. And that is something that we must do within ourselves to get this whole thing to slow itself down. And all of us have those things in our lives that come in to just rock our boat. In order for us not to go, ew, but go, if I jump in to the first point of the moments coming forward from this, I could go, ew, but I won't. I'll just say it is what it is. If I can come into the first portion of the moments after this event, then what I can do is I can initiate. I can create change so that I can model the moments after that moment to become the moments I want. The moments that can serve the destiny. Not just of me, but of everyone. Benevolence. And let's face it, technically we're exposing so much now. Technology is exposing so much now. It's always been there. The attitudes have always been there. The weapons just haven't been as profound. But then there was a time before when the weapons were profound. You read the Mahabharata, you think that wasn't a crazy war with massive technology? It was written in symbology, but it was massive. We're the fifth root race. 4 times previously, we've destroyed ourselves back to the subterraneans. We're not going to do that again, and that is up to us. This is real. This isn't coffee, bean, and tea. That's just a pause in life. This is real. Life is not about accumulation. Life is about compassion in the midst of the kaleidoscopic distortion that is being fed to you in order for you to solve, when do I awaken in my moments? That's all it is. It's just giving you an indication. When do I awaken in my moments? And that's what Yogi Bhajan came and gave us. He gave it. It's not the only technology. It's not even the best technology. There is no such thing as the best technology. It is simply a technology that you can use so that you begin to awaken in the fresh portion of moments. Always seeing, in the midst of the distortion of depression, in the midst of whatever is happening, you can always see, the birthing, the birthing, the birthing, the birthing. You're giving birth to useful alternatives. Because if you're not filled with levity, gravity is going to rule you. And the word grave comes from gravity. If you're not filled with the appropriate proportion, distortion is going to rule you. That's why in spiritual communities, people like to have crystals around. Because what a crystal represents, actually what a crystal is a crystal is appropriate proportions. Because it's the crystalline formation forms that way. I'll touch this, but we're not going to go into it because we're going to go right now into the exercises. But every single cell in your body is surrounded by microscopic, what's called nanocrystals. Nanocrystals form what's known as your light body. And your light body is completely immersed in your opaque body. It's actually what carries the life force so that your opaque body is not just a lump, a clump on the ground. In the newborn state, the light body is massive and the child is buoyant. Maintaining that light body through life with effervescence and enlivening attitudes and levity will cause you to age more slowly, to experience moments less strenuously, and ultimately deliver you to what you know is the deathless condition. Sadhana.